And here for another episode of the trials and tribulations of Don Sargon. Oh, man. Yeah, we have open warfare is broken out. And you know, it's clearly a no-holds-barred kind of thing, right? You got Andy, Medicare, Ralph, everybody throwing all kinds of accusations. This is scorched earth, motherfucker. This is, you know, end of days kind of thing that's going on, right? So let's look at the state of play. Let's look at the stepfathers, the soy fathers army, because it's important. You know, Medicare and Ralph and Worski, they're in open warfare with the Don and his goons, right? But they should be realistic about what's going on here, you know, and they should be realistic and have a clear vision, a clear view of the stepfather's army, the stepfather's family. Yeah, let's call it the family. It sounds, you know, more mafia-like, you know, in keeping with the whole soy father thing, right? So, if you look at Don Sargon's family, it's pretty fucking weak. And what's interesting, okay, are the people who are no longer a part of that family, okay? That's what's really important. Because, you see, when a general is only as strong as his army, okay, or put another way, a general is only as strong as his lieutenants, see? The lieutenants are what make an army. I'm not talking about the actual military grade. You know, autism is a choice. I'm talking about his seconds, you know, the capos. And who used to be Sargon's capos? Well, you know, principally, there was Dave Cullen. Yeah, competing forever. I mean, come on. Who could forget that picture of Dave Cullen at VidCon 2017, just staring adoringly at Sargon? I mean, Jesus Christ, it was like Dave Cullen wanted to jump his bones right then and there. Yeah. I mean, it's not that you'd think that Dave Cullen was gay on seeing that picture. You would have thought he's totally gay for Sargon. He wants to just suck his cock right then and there. Yeah, I'm not shitting on Dave Cullen. I got nothing against him, but the picture was kind of cringy. Kind of? No, it was just completely cringy. It was just completely pathetic, right? Where's Dave Cullen now? You see him around? Wait. Dave? Dave Cullen, you around? No, he's not around. Oh, kill surprise. Yeah, Dave Cullen's a smart motherfucker. Yeah, he distanced himself from Sargon quite a while ago. And yeah, sure, I'm betting that, you know, Sargon can give him a call on Skype whenever he feels like it. And Dave Cullen will take his call and say, hi, how's it going? Shoot the shit for an hour or two, maybe. Sure, talk about all kinds of crap, right? Is Dave Cullen mentioning Sargon's name publicly? No, he is not. Is Dave Cullen out there at the ramparts, you know, protecting the siege that has befallen Don Sargon? No, he is not. Dave Cullen is MIA. Dave Cullen is no longer part of Sargon's crowd. And Dave Cullen is never going to help Sargon. He could be standing there by the side of the river, watching as Sargon drowns. And he's not going to lift a finger to save Sargon. Dave Cullen, he's not on Sargon's team. Not anymore. And you know who else is not on Sargon's team? Somebody sort of like, in the scheme of things, trivial, but actually psychologically very important to Sargon. Uzalu. Uzalu's not around either. Uzalu's a smart motherfucker. He's a clever man. Yeah. I mean, yeah, his channel never like exploded or anything like that. And he's kind of autistic, right? But he's a smart man. He's one of the few smart people that Sargon had at one point around him. And Uzalu is gone, you know. Again, Sargon can call him up whenever he wants to, and Uzalu will take his call and shoot the shit and have a good time and a laugh or two and chuckle at the SJWs and shit like that. But Uzalu is not going to help Sargon, not at all. And the third leg that got kicked out from under Dun Sargon, Dankula. Oh, that must have hurt now, didn't it? Oh, yeah. Dankula is gone. Dankula is, yeah, he's still friendly with Sargon. And, you know, he did that tweet the other day where he held up that bust of the ancient Sargon of Akkad, right? The avatar of Carl Benjamin, and raised it up and say, alas, I knew the boomer well, you know, some line from Hamlet, very cute. But that's it. You see Dankula going out there on streams and such, and defending or talking about Sargon. No, you do not see him at all in such a position. Why? Because Dankula is going to be a real politician. He has found his place in UKIP. Good on him, by the way. I'm telling you, I've said this before. I said it on a tweet on my account that got deleted, so I'll just say it here. In 10, 15 years, Count Dankula, Mark Meekin, is going to be a member of Parliament representing Scotland. That will happen. You can see it at a glance. Because Dankula, he looks like some anarcho-commie faggot, right? With all the shit in his face, the piercings and those stupid fucking things in his ears. And why the fuck do people do that? But that's for another conversation. But the point I'm trying to make is that, he starts talking and he's a sensible motherfucker. And people recognize that. Yeah, he's got a weird face and all that shit, but he wears a suit nicely. Hint, hint. He wears a suit nicely, which he actually does. He comes across as a nice fella. At UKIP, the older members at the UKIP conference where Dankula spoke, the older members, those 60-year-old people, the retirees, right, people on a pension, they liked him. They liked him. Yeah, because he's charming. He is a charming young man. He's a polite young man. He's a polite young man who knows that it's pointless to be antagonistic to people, especially people who might help you. He was the epitome of politeness and class. And he's a superstar. He's a genuine victim of political correctness, right? And if he winds up going to jail, his cred is going to shoot the moon, So he's going to get the votes of the NEETs and all those, losers living in their mother's basement or wherever the fuck they do in Scotland, right? Eating haggis or who knows what. But anyway, he's going to get those votes. He's a guy who knows how to go along to get along. He's a natural-born politician. And I don't mean this in a despective way. Dankula's got that personality. He can get along with people. People like him, For all his tattoos and the crazy piercings on his face. And when he speaks, he's judicious with his language. He's judicious with his language, and he says things that are sensible. And it's very, very difficult to dismiss him when he starts to speak, because the more he speaks, the more credibility he accrues. He's a powerful figure. Mark my words. But he's not Sargon's friend, because he's not going to go out and defend Sargon. Because Meekin, Count Dankula, he knows he's got a good thing. He's not going to fuck it up to save some LARPing faggot who every time he opens his mouth, he loses credibility. Yeah, that's what Sargon does. He's the anti-Dankula. He's the kind of guy that when you see him, he seems so sensible, but the more he talks, the more like a fucking moron he comes across, right? So anyway, Dankula is not around. Dankula is not helping Sargon. So who are Sargon's capos at this point? Well, there's V, of course, his whipping boy. What did Kevin Logan call him? His soy-fed gimp? That was a good line. Got to give the little commie faggot in Birmingham, a little bit of credit. Yeah, that milk-fed gimp. Good line, Kevin. Yeah. Anyway, so there's V, who would be nothing if it weren't for Sargon. He is completely Sargon's creature. Because were it not for Sargon, V would have maybe 10,000 subscribers, something like that. The only reason he's coming up on 100,000 subscribers, which is antsy. I mean, he can't wait to cross that milestone. It's so funny, right? As if it mattered, but to him it does, so that's why it's funny. V is just aching to cross that milestone, and the only reason he's going to cross it is because of Sargon, and V knows it, and so he's just Sargon's finger puppet. And yeah, he's a little carrier pigeon, right? And he will never be able to convince Sargon of a different course of action because since he is Sargon's creature, he will never listen to what V has to tell him. And the funny thing is that V is actually smarter than Sargon. I mean, he's not a doctor, okay? As he LARPs, he's not a doctor. No, not in a million years. He's not, I doubt if he ever finished university, to tell you the truth. But he's not stupid. V is not a stupid guy. And a lot of times he says things that are fairly sensible. But see, because he is Sargon's creature, Sargon will never listen to him, which is Sargon's mistake, of course. But anyway, so there's V, who's irrelevant. Then there's Kraut T. Kraut T, every time he releases a video, he loses like 300, 400, 500 subscribers. So he's irrelevant. Then there's Matt Jarbo. The less said about Matt, the better. Right? There's, what's his name? Bunty King. You know, who's not really a capo, but kind of like allied to him. And where's Bunty? Where's Bunty? Bunty! Bunty! Here, Bunty, Bunty, Bunty! Here! I got a cock for you. Maybe you want to suck it. He must be off there playing somewhere because he's not coming, you know, because Bunty's the kind of guy when he hears dick, he comes a-running. Yeah, so Bunty King, his channel is nothing, you know. Yeah, it has over 100,000 subscribers but no viewers, and you know he doesn't care about that because Bunty he's an influencer. That's what he wants to be, and who knows? He's got probably some job in marketing or whatever the fuck where he leverages his social media position to get money with corporations or something like that. I have no idea how he earns a living, but you know he's in YouTube. He's irrelevant. Then there's the quartering. Oh, the quartering. That's an interesting story. The quartering is a snake. Okay. Like I always said, and finally, fucking Jim, you finally fucking figured it out. The guy is a snake. The guy is a snake, and the quarter pounder is no longer really going to be helping out Sargon because quartering already got what he wanted out of Sargon, which was subscribers and views. He got it. He doesn't need Sargon anymore. You know, he spent the whole first half of 2018 cultivating Sargon. He even did that video, that cringy video that showed him drinking Sargon's semen, or pretending to drink it. I pray to God it wasn't the actual thing. Or maybe I do hope it was the actual thing. Who knows? But anyway, the quartering did that really stupid video where he was like drinking Sargon's cum, right? Trying to own me because I called him Sargon's cum chugger. Didn't work, now did it? But quartering went so far as to do that to earn Sargon's esteem. Jesus, if that's how you buy esteem, then you know I prefer not to buy any of it. But anyway, he got Sargon's esteem, and so he got what he really wanted was Sargon's views. Okay, because that's what the quartering does. The quartering, he goes from big name to big name, latches on, and tries to siphon off as many subscribers as he possibly can. And he's done that. In point of fact, if you look at the numbers, which I always tell you, always look at the numbers because the numbers tell the true story. Well, the quartering now has more average daily views than Sargon does on his main channel. Anybody notice that yet? Because I noticed it. I noticed it quite a while ago. I noticed it quite a while ago when I started noticing that the quartering really wasn't going to bat for Sargon anymore. Not like before. Not like he was doing in the first half of 2018. In the second half of 2018, he's kind of distanced himself. Now, has he? He's gotten into drama, into scraps, principally because it gets drunk, it does stupid shit. Stupid shit like antagonizing Keem and antagonizing Jim. Right? Which, you know, you wait, that's going to blow up in his face bigger than he realizes. But the point I'm trying to make is that, see, the quartering got what he wanted out of Sargon, so he's not going to go to bat for Sargon. Okay? The quartering might be, in name, allied to Sargon, but he really isn't. Okay? That's important. Now, I have a list here, and I'm looking through them. of the other people that are, behind Sargon, and all of them are small bore. Oh, the only one that is sort of noticeable is Tonkasaw, but Tonkasaw, his career is better than Dillinger. It's embarrassing, You go over to his channel and he's doing, Donka speak. Donga speak as if that would like make him own the meme against him, right? It doesn't. It just makes him look like a fool. Anyway, Tonkasaw, that pathetic little faggot, he'll drop out of the scene momentarily. You wait. He's going to drop out. There's not going to be any fight with Andy Worski. And in point of fact, before the date of that alleged fight, supposed fight, or whatever, Tonkasaw is just going to suddenly up and disappear from YouTube. Yeah, because he's got no balls. Yeah, squeaky, squeaky, squeaky wheelchair. Yeah, he's got no balls. He's no stamina. He doesn't have the stomach for this. So he's going to be gone. So who else is left in Sargon's corner? Nobody. Armored Skeptic and Shoe Head, who are bigger, or not Armored Skeptic, but certainly Shoe Head, they stay the fuck away from Sargon and this whole drama shit, this whole war that he started. Louis Laveau, he's pathetic. Jeff Holiday, nothing. Crown T, nothing. Short Fat Otaku. Well, Short Fat Otaku and David Shitrat are people who, in and of themselves, are trivial. And the only reason that they matter is that Jim is, frankly, dumb enough to allow them to get under his skin. Okay? In and of themselves, Shitrat and Short Fat Otaku are nobodies. They don't have channels. They don't have followers, really. Just a few dozen people who like follow them for whatever bizarre reasons of their own, right? But, nobody gives a shit about them, right? And the only reason people notice them, especially Shitrat, is because they are Jim's bête noire. Yeah? He can't get over them, or he can't just ignore them and blow them off, right? There's something about them, especially Shitrat, that Jim has to scratch like an itch that he cannot let go of, which, come on, Jim, get with it. Okay, who else? I'm looking through this list, and, there's Wosley, Bronx Blogger, and Atheism is Unstoppable. Devin Tracy's just a weird fuck, he's just a weird and pathetic little fuck, Little kangaroo should just hop away, hop off somewhere else, hop off a cliff for all I care. It's just so pathetic. But anyway, see, that's the state of play of Sargon's army, okay? He doesn't have anyone. The only one he's got is V, who's just his messenger boy. He can't contribute anything. And see, Sargon's numbers are declining across the board. Just look at his numbers. That's why he's so desperate. And people are shitting on him because of, the gay ops that he's doing and so on and so forth. But have you stopped to think as to why he's doing these gay ops? Simplicity itself. His numbers are decaying and he notices them. He pays attention because he is a professional YouTuber and he doesn't know how to adapt to the new environment. See, when IBS hit the scene in December of 17, January of 18, right? He tried to dismiss it and blow it off, and eventually he managed to co-opt it by getting Tonka on his side. But he had bought a totaled vehicle. I mean, he thought he was buying a Ferrari, and he wound up with a piece of trash, right? That's what he got from getting Tonka on his side, because Tonka is irrelevant, right? So from there, he's been like desperately trying to figure out a way to get back relevancy. Because the content that he's doing, every post that he puts up there, consistently gets fewer and fewer views. And it's driving him mad, see? I mean, like, in my own case, I do videos, like, whenever I do a video with the word woman in it, I know I'm going to get a lot of views, right? I don't do that many with the word woman in it, right? Why? Because I'm interested in other things. And it's because of the other things that get a lot less views that I'm getting my audience. See, that's the secret, The post with woman in the title is a little jingly bell that gets their attention. But once they come inside and see all the other crap that I've got in my channel, they stay and they like it. Yeah, because it's not just one thing. But Sargon doesn't understand this. He's chased trend to trend, right? And he managed to build a channel. But it's weird because he got to the anti-SJW trend, and he doesn't know how to adapt to the next one. And he failed to adapt to the IBS trend, foolishly thinking that he'd make a big splash. And that's why he went out there against Richard Spencer and made a complete and utter fool of himself, right? And now, he's scrambling and creating drama because he doesn't know what else to do. And also, there's the fact that his personal life is shit. He's got financial issues, serious financial issues, that are rearing their very ugly head, right? And I'm not talking about the Aquila lawsuit, which is trivial. There are other much bigger issues, aren't they, Carl? Oh, yeah, aren't there? Yeah. Yeah, we know what we're talking about now, don't we? I think we do. So there are financial issues, and of course the inevitable home problems, the problems with the wife, right? And it's not the miscarriage, okay? And by the way, I think it was low to bring that up. I think it was really low, okay? It was low to bring that up, but Sargon's reaction to that has been even more low, if that's even possible. So no sympathy, really. So anyway, Sargon is getting progressively weaker and weaker every day. And this is going to continue, okay? This is going to continue. And so my thinking is that it's just going to be a lot of fun to watch him flail around in this hole that he's put himself into. Because he dug this hole for himself. He created this hole by the gay ops that started way back in early 17. That's when they really started. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's when they started. They started way back then when Sargon thought that he was king shit of Turd Mountain and started doing gay ops. And he got Dave Cullen and Jeff Holiday and some black guy in Crown T to do those alt-right videos. And it was the only crowd that followed through. The others all begged off for various reasons, right? Because they knew that it was pointless, because they knew that they couldn't win. Kraut was the only idiot who actually thought he could win, and look what happened to him, right? And from there, it all just snowballed. Yeah. See, this great metaphor is that, you're walking along, and you're walking not very fast, right? But you trip. You trip on a curb or whatever, and you trip, and you start falling forward, and so you start sort of stepping a foot faster in front of you, going faster and faster and faster and faster, so as not to fall flat on your face, right? And what happens is you start gaining speed, and as you gain speed, you get more momentum, but your balance is still off, and you're eventually going to fall flat on your face anyway, but it's going to hurt a lot more than if you just tripped and allowed yourself to fall. See? That's what's happening to Dun Sargon. And now he's got this open war with Ethan Ralph and Andy Worski and Jim, Mr. Medicare. It's not going to end well. So, yeah, that's the state of play. It's fucking funny, isn't it?